Living in America right now feels like a punishment. You wake up already behind, you go to work just to stay broke.
God forbid you catch a flat tire, that's on you. You independent now. God forbid you wake up in the morning, your battery's dead. That's on you now. You ain't got no furniture. What, you gonna go finance some furniture? You can't save, you can't live on your own.
Hey nieces and nephews, it's your girl Auntie Faye. We are back with another video. All right, y'all, we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna talk about today how expensive it is to live. It's just been expensive to live. Everything is so high, you know, like car insurance is high, car payments, just living in general. Now, I made a video about people living paycheck to paycheck, and I had a few people hit me up about their stories about them living paycheck to paycheck. No matter how much money, like this one girl told me she's making like $150K a year. And she's still not surviving. Now, I was honest with her. I told her maybe because, you know, you're living a very extravagant life, you know. Instead of paying like $4,000 for, you know, a 2-bedroom, maybe you could find a 2-bedroom for $2,000. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things that we can do to help ourselves. But we're here to talk about how life has just gotten so expensive in general. You know, there are people moving back home with their parents. There are people in their 30s, 40s moving back home. Okay? I say this all the time. If my mother was still alive, honey, I would be back home with her. Because this ain't right. This is not right, honey. My dude and my kid will be back over there. We'll be able to save some money and do what we have to do. Yeah, we would help her out with her bills and stuff like that, but at least we'll be paying less than what we're paying now, okay? In the meantime, nieces and nephews, my name is Faye. Welcome back to The Vibe with Faye. When the talk is real, the vibe is strong, energy never, ever misses. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that post notification box so you never miss another vibe. And if you're too old to be my niece and nephew, hey cousin, how you doing? Let's get to this.
I am so tired of living my life in survival mode because despite having 2 college degrees and making close to $80,000 a year, I still cannot keep up with the cost of living. I still cannot afford all of my bills every month and have to live paycheck to paycheck. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I am sacrificing my mental health, my time, and my energy to take care of people in their most vulnerable moments, and a lot of the time they do not make it. At the very least, I should be able to pay my bills. And for anyone who's thinking, oh, well, you shouldn't have chose that job, somebody has to do it. And you know damn well if your loved one was critically ill, you would want somebody to take care of them, right? Something has to give.
I agree with her. Okay? There are nurses that are living paycheck to paycheck. There are nurses that cannot afford to live. Somebody got to do these jobs. Okay? There are people who pick up trash, like still struggling. You know, I do say that also depends on how you're living. Y'all, there are people really going through this shit. I don't care what money you're making. Now, I don't know how she lives her life. That's another thing. You know, people are not saying how they're living their life. You know what I'm saying? You guys can look her up. Her name is right there. People are not saying how they're living their life. Like, baby, you might have to get a smaller place. Okay? You might have to not go out twice a week. Some things just might have to change, but I feel like when you work hard and you have your degrees, you should be able to want to live how you want to live. You know what I mean? Like, and still not have to struggle. But shit is so high. Listen, I found an old picture of my mother when gas was like 88 cents. My mom was standing there looking fly in front of her brown Buick Skylark, 1984 Buick Skylark, baby. Long braids with beads at the end. My mom was a baddie, baby. Ooh. Small waist, fat ass. Oh, my mom was the shit. She was standing there in front of her Buick, a nice, clean, shiny Buick. In the back of her, 88 cents. I couldn't believe it. And that was for the premium gas. I couldn't believe it. 88 cents? Child, take me back. Take me back. Okay? Baby, life is lifing for a lot of people, okay?
As soon as a teenager get a job, they want to move out. They think they can afford to live by themselves. So my daughter was talking to me last night. She's like, man, you know, I'm thinking about getting my own place, man. I'm making good money. Pucka. I said, you can't afford your own place. Yeah, I can. So I pay her $600 a week cash, $2,400 a month, straight like that, right? Cool. So I asked her yesterday, how much money you got saved? Well, I get paid on Friday, so I have $600. So you've saved nothing and you got no bills. How are you?
Okay, first of all, already I like his vibe. I can tell he's a really fun parent, you know what I mean? And him saying that he pays her, which means she works for him, he has his own business. Sis, stay at home with your dad. Stay at home with your dad. On top of that, you're not saving no money and you're not paying any bills in his home. And you have no money saved up. You're making $2,400, probably no taxes, maybe a month. And you have nothing saved up. And you living in your daddy house rent free and have no bills. I don't like the fact that she doesn't have any bills. That's on him though. You know what I mean? I feel like he should give her something. You know what I mean? Maybe if she has a car, maybe she pays for the insurance or part of the insurance if the insurance is under his name. You know what I mean? Or she pays for her own car payments, or she pays like $300 a month to live there. I feel like that's on him though, to teach her something, because clearly she doesn't know to save. Clearly she doesn't know to save. That's on him though. Okay, that's not all her fault for not having any savings. You know what I mean? I get as his daughter and whatever, but y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. I feel like that part is on him, but let's continue.
You're gonna live when you have bills if you can't save without bills. And I'm like, yo, let's do a little basic math here. You can get you a project apartment in Orlando, $1,500. All right? You're gonna need first and last to move in. That's $3,000. You've been working for a little while now. You don't got that. All right, whatever. Me and your mom will lend you the money. We'll give you the money. $3,000. Get the fuck out of my house. I'm ready for you to leave. All right, $1,500. Bing, bang, boom. Every month, then you got your lights. $100 a month because it's just you. Wait, you're irresponsible. You're going to leave the AC on, the TV on, the lights on. So yours is going to be about $300. So you $1,800 in, right? Fair enough. Now, I know you're going to want internet. You need your Netflix. That's another $100, right? You at $1,900 right now. Fair enough, right? You got to drive to work every day. Let's say conservatively, you become responsible. And you don't drive anywhere else because you're responsible. That's $200 a month in gas. You at $2,100. You got $300 left. You spent $600 on Uber Eats last week. How you gonna afford it? You $2,100, $2,200 in before you bought toilet paper, shampoo. That $70 shampoo you like to buy. Yeah, no dice jit. Then what you gonna put in your refrigerator? You gonna keep Uber Eating? You just can't afford it. These kids think living on their own is easy. They've never bought toilet paper. They've never bought cleaning supplies, soap to wash the dishes, toothpaste. Yo, that stuff adds up real fast. Real fast. God forbid you catch a flat tire. That's on you. You independent now. God forbid you wake up in the morning and your battery's dead. That's on you now. You ain't got no furniture. What, you gonna go finance some furniture? You can't save. You can't live on your own. Trust me, I want you to leave as bad as you want to leave.
He don't want her to leave. If he wanted her to leave, $70 on her favorite shampoo, he doesn't want her to leave. He doesn't want her to leave for real. He wants his baby girl to stay there. Let's be honest, y'all. He's not teaching her any. She's not going to learn it on her own, right? So she's making $2,400 a month and not paying nothing. You're not teaching her to save. You still got to teach her that. Like I was like on his side, but then the more he speaks, he's telling her all these things to scare her, but you're not teaching her. Eventually, she's going to have to be independent. Yeah, she's working for you, which we all know because he said, I pay her $600 a week. Fine. You pay her that, but she just spending. We know she has a car. We know she's driving. She's on your insurance. You're not teaching her. You're not, yes, it's expensive to live, most definitely, but you're not teaching her the right way. That's why she has no saving. And he also says she's been working for a while now, has no saving. You didn't give her nothing to pay. You have to start her off at the house. That's my goal. You know what I mean? My goal is for my son, like, start him off at the house. Like, this how much you getting. This is how much you got to give us. We're trying to teach you early, like, about bills and all stuff like that. You got to teach him early. She already has no responsibility. And she also feels like she can move somewhere. She probably thinks her mom and dad got it like that. She can move somewhere else and they'll just flip the bill. There's no responsibility there. But that's on him though. The more he talks, I was like, Dad, Pops, now you know this is on you. You know you wrong for that. He trying to scare her. Baby, he want his daughter there forever, okay? He don't want her to go nowhere. Child.
Living in America right now feels like a punishment. You wake up already behind, you go to work just to stay broke, and you watch the cost of everything rise while your paycheck doesn't move an inch. Groceries are a luxury. Rent is robbery. Healthcare is a joke. And somehow we're the ones blamed for not budgeting better. People are working 2-3 jobs and still choosing between food or gas. Families are crammed into apartments because buying a house became a fantasy. You can't afford to get sick. You can't afford to rest. You can't afford to exist. But they keep telling us the economy's strong. Strong for who? Because it sure as hell isn't the people doing the work. We're out here treading water while billionaires build rockets, politicians trade stocks, and corporations raise prices just because they can. We were promised opportunity. We got survival. And what makes this worse is watching people blame themselves. Like somehow you failed because you can't afford a 1-bedroom anymore. Like you didn't do enough when the truth is the math just stopped adding up years ago. They told us to work harder, but never told us they'd change the finish line. This isn't a country full of lazy people. It's a country full of exhausted ones. Simple as that.
And in today's reality, there is no such thing as far as living above your means, because everything out this motherfucker is above our means. I don't care if it's food, clothes, water, health insurance, dental insurance, car insurance, homeowners insurance, real insurance, lashes, haircut, rent, mortgage. Bitch, everything out here is expensive. I don't care if you make $200,000 a year.
Let me say, boy, he coming with it. And the other guy, he came with it. All right, he was letting you know, people gonna be working hard all their lives until some change. This one right here, he's like, everything is expensive. Listen, I'm the girl who used to get my toes and nails done all the time, lashes, eyebrows. Till I realized, bitch, you're just gonna have to do it on your own. Now I go get a Gel X. I do my own nails. I do my own toes now. I wish I could put my feet up, but I'm thick and like I can't put my legs up that high. But sometimes I know how to do like the lash clusters now. You know, I've learned to put the strips on. You know, I'm not great with my eyebrow, but I can arch it enough to make it clean. You know, I do my own hair. Yeah. You got to cut shit out at some point. You know what I'm saying? Shit just way too expensive. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there are people who can cut shit out because they can. Listen, I used to make lace wigs for people and sell them. Okay? Auntie used to be T. Auntie is still T. Okay? So it's just things are just getting higher. Pay is not getting high. And people are just like, that's why when people scam, I don't even get mad at them. When I hear people scamming, I'm like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Can I know the scam? I'm just kidding. Auntie doesn't know the scam. Well, I'm just scared. Okay? There's a lot of scams going on right now. You know what I'm saying? There's people like trying to eat and make money. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just hard out here, y'all.
I spent $195,000 just to survive. And at this point, we all a check away from eating out the trash can. Just throw me back in the womb because I did not ask to be here. Bitch, I probably got to pay to go to heaven.
I am extremely stressed out. I don't come on here and cry and do all of that. But what the fuck? I work 5 to 6 days out of the week. And I only barely have enough money to pay my bills. Somebody's going to get on here and say, oh, well, be lucky you have a job, bro. Working a job, going to a...
Let me say something. I hate those people. You people who like, oh, be lucky to have a job. Be lucky to do this. Be lucky this people out here to have it worse than you. Don't nobody want to hear that shit when they struggling. I'm so over hearing shit like that because I'm the first to say it. What you can handle, other people can't handle. Like what I can't, the pain that I can handle, other people might not be able to handle and vice versa. I hate when people do that. Oh, be like you got a job. Be like you got a roof over your head. Be like you got this. Be like you got that. Yeah. But don't nobody want to struggle. Don't nobody sign up for this shit. And I get it. You know, we live in a time where shit just getting higher. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's things that you know, people, oh, go get it. I be seeing comments of people be like, go get a second job, go get a third job. You live in America, go back to your country. Like, bruh, everybody is struggling. Unless you a billionaire or a when I mean multi-millionaire, I don't mean 2-3 millions. Cause some people be in debts too. Billionaires be in debts cause you know how people with money make money. They borrow money, flip that and make money. Then they gotta owe those people they borrow the money with interest that money. Then they pay that off kinda, then go borrow more money. They be in debt too. Don't nobody want to struggle. Don't nobody have to work so hard and not see nothing. You know, you work so hard and don't see, this is it. This barely covered me for the month. No matter how much you cut down your costs, you might have to cut it down even more. Don't nobody want to hear that shit.
Job, getting up every morning, every night, whatever time you go, and having to give your all or do your best at this fucking job just for them not to compensate you enough money for you to live your life and pay your bills, it's actually really up fucking setting me. I feel like I'm missing out on living life because I have to pay my bills and go to work every fucking day. Such a tiring process. I could see if I was lazy, I wasn't getting up and I wasn't getting it, but it's like, bruh, how fucking hard do I have to work in order to fucking survive, bro? How? Once I pay my rent and my phone bill and my light bill, that's it. And then the next paycheck, because mind you, bi-weekly you only get paid 2 times out of the month. So one paycheck goes directly towards bills. And then that other paycheck, I have to set bills. I have to set money aside for the next set of bills that are coming up. I can't get ahead. I can't. I know somebody's going to say, you've got it better than somebody else. Bruh, that's not the fucking point. Just because I have it better than somebody else doesn't mean that I'm not fucking struggling over here. For real, for real. People try to come on here and try to perpetrate and make it seem like, oh yeah, I'm living this kind of life. I'm living that kind of life. Bitch, I'm a TikTok content creator, but I live a life just like y'all. And nobody better get on here and say you better get another job or do this or do that. Bitch, you think I haven't applied to these jobs? And when I apply to these jobs, they waste my fucking time. Do you think I have money and gas and energy to be wasting going back and forth to these job interviews who are not going to hire me and are going to tell me that they're going to call me in a week or going to call me back in a couple days and don't? Job market is a joke.
The job market is a joke. That's going to be in the next video. Job market is a joke. She's absolutely right. I can agree, and I know what she is going through because, baby, I told y'all. Listen, one thing about Auntie, I'm not going to lie about what's going on with me, okay? I told you I lost my job in 2023, October 2023. Okay? I have a degree and a minor degree. So 2. They are not Indeed, LinkedIn, Career Builder ain't Career Builder no more. I don't know what's going on with that one. Like Career Builder now, you got to pay a fee. LinkedIn, I done tried paying the fee for a few months to see what was going to happen. Nothing. I was getting interviews after interviews after interviews after interviews. Nothing. They talk to me, tell me they're going to call me back and great interview, blah, blah, nothing. I even went for a job where it was for HR position because that's just what I do. And the people that were interviewing me have only been doing HR for 2-3 years. No degree. I went on their LinkedIn. When I spoke to them in the interview, I asked them how they got started. That's what you guys do in the interview. When they ask you, do you have any questions for us? Sure. How did you guys get started? The lady told me she got hired from her best friend, hired her and gave her a chance. No degree. I have over 15 years in HR. They did not hire me. I was being interviewed by women with 2 to 3 years under their belt. 15 years. I knew more than they did. I knew systems that they didn't know. When we were having conversations, they would ask me, "Oh yeah, Paycor, yeah, I know Paycor, Paycom, yeah, I know all this. HRIS, yeah, oh, yeah." I was giving them details of how the system works. They didn't hire me, and I just said to myself, "It's because they probably felt like one day I was gonna get their job." I don't know. I did not get hired. More experience than the people that... Let me not. I'm gonna cry. Auntie finna cry. That's why this has to work. That's why I said this in my last video, that no matter how much life is just life for me, I seem to come back here to this mic because I love talking to y'all and I love doing this, right? But I still need a job because this don't pay. If y'all want to support your girl, tip jar, they go, my Cash App information is right there. Y'all can also hit me up with a super chat, okay? Because I'm on a broken chair, okay? Auntie need a new chair, okay? They didn't hire me, y'all. It's crazy. It's crazy out here. So I completely understand what she's going through. The job market is a fucking joke.
I have no choice but to keep the job I have now. The one that's barely paying my fucking bills. It leaves me no money left over to live, to get my nails done. These are fucking press-ons. I can't do anything. I gotta do my own hair. I gotta do my own toes. I gotta do everything. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's like when you don't have a choice and you work every fucking day, it gets tiring. It gets to a fucking point, bro.
I honestly have no idea what to do anymore. I'm sitting here. It's almost midnight. I've been scrolling for hours. Just looking for jobs, like extra jobs. I work 2 jobs right now, and I feel like I can't even afford, what I'm trying to pay for. My rent's so expensive. I go to the grocery store today. I get bread, peanut butter, jelly, and milk, and it comes out to almost $18. $18 for sandwich ingredients without any protein and milk. My phone bill's expensive, gas is expensive, and I'm just like, man, I'm a 28-year-old. I'm out here in Oregon, and I honestly don't even know what to do. Something needs to change. Something must change very, very fast, or I honestly, I don't know if I'll be able to survive this. I've talked to many people. They're in the same boat. So I want to use this page as a place for people to come support each other and just, hopefully get through this together, because I know it's not just me. We're in this together. It's going to be okay. But we really got to ride this out together.
There are people who commit and else. You got to watch what you say on YouTube. For not being able to survive. Hi. That's my dude. For not being able to survive. I saw a story about a guy in Miramar, Florida, who his wife and kids, because he was struggling. On top of him already struggling to take care of them, and she was working, but still wasn't enough. Struggling, he then lost his job. So he took everybody out and himself. People do things like that when they are in financial situations, y'all. This is not a black problem. This is an everybody problem. Caucasians, Hispanic, Asians, Black, Island folks, Pacific, whatever you want to call yourself. People in America are going through this. What are we going to do? I used to say all the time, I feel like one day, like the purge is coming. You know what I mean? Because like, it's so insane out here. I feel like one day, like, some shit's gonna happen. People just gonna lose their mind and just start offing everybody. Like, y'all. I don't know, y'all. It's just very expensive to live right now. Very expensive to live. In the meantime, y'all, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit that tip jar right there. Help Auntie get a new chair. This one broken. Okay? I can't afford it. I love y'all. Ciao.
Look at me. Do I look like I care? Look, just take it. Do I look like I... Look at me. Look, no, Sharice, look at me.